Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Now you're probably wondering why there's a picture of WrestleMania 31 on the screen here. This video is going to be about Seth Rollins and his injury. It's still being undergoing, circumstances, and we don't fully know the extension of the injury at this point. And I look back at WrestleMania 31. It's a really good WrestleMania. And I look back to WrestleMania last year. Very underwhelming. WrestleMania 31 did have a lot of good matches. Much better than people expected. And, the stars were all aligned on that night. Seth Rollins' current injury, I believe he injured the same knee as last time. At this point in time, it's rumored he's going to be out for 2 months, 8 weeks. And I don't know if WWE is going to clear him to compete this year at WrestleMania. That's really sad to see that Rollins is injured once again at WrestleMania, in WrestleMania season. I would say that Seth Rollins didn't have the best 2016. He had a hell of a year in 2015, winning the WWE title at WrestleMania. The first man to ever cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase in the main event of WrestleMania. I remember it so well, and that shock factor, and you were also, so excited that Seth Rollins was cashing in. You go to SummerSlam, Rollins in the main event against John Cena, winning the US and WWE titles. Rollins was producing match after match after match when Brock wasn't there for 3.5 months in a row, when guys weren't delivering. The failed experiment with Roman Reigns hadn't fully taken place yet. John Cena was taking a backseat, and things were kicking with Rollins and the Authority. And I really liked the Seth Rollins push. Some people didn't like it after a while. It got very repetitive with him coming out night after night after night, and week after week after month, praising the Authority and everything like that. And then we come to November, Survivor Series. Seth Rollins was injured in Germany or something like that. If you watch this pay-per-view, it's like they had no idea what to do once Rollins left. Because I look at this pay-per-view, they set up a tournament to determine the WWE champion. They had Reigns versus Ambrose, Reigns winning the title, and then Sheamus cashed in. Kind of out of the blue with Sheamus there cashing in. It's like they blew their load quickly on Sheamus and gave him another run with the strap. And you look to TLC, and the same thing. Like this this was a very bad show. Couple of good matches, but you know, I still believe Rollins would have held the belt till around Mania and dropped it to someone else there. Probably Roman Reigns. Because Roman was on a roll at this point. He wasn't getting totally booed, but around this point, he wasn't, the favorite. Sheamus and Roman, they didn't have the best of matches, but Rollins' injury, Cena's injury, Orton's injury, Cesaro was out. There was several injuries at the end of 2015, which really hurt the company and the product as a whole. So Rollins ended up returning after WrestleMania at Extreme Rules, pedigreeing Roman Reigns, continuing that feud, and I'm under the fact that he should have returned as a babyface and turn Roman heel, because Rollins had the crowd, he had the story behind him, and we go to Money in the Bank. Rollins wins the title, drops it to Ambrose, who cashes in. Very cool that all three held the title that night. But that was pretty much it. After that, Ambrose took the title to SmackDown and feuded with AJ. Rollins has been, lost in the shuffle ultimately on Raw. And he never really regained that momentum he had there at Extreme Rules. So, Monday night, Samoa Joe makes his debut on Raw, attacking Rollins. After the show, Rollins is reported, he's seen walking out of the arena on crutches. I can't fathom to imagine the frustration that's going through Rollins' mind right now. Being out for, even 2 months, that's a lot of money on the table. They were definitely building something for Triple H and Rollins, which, is going to take a backseat, and if they can rebuild it later when he comes back, I really want Rollins to fully heal before coming back. I don't want to see him rush back and tear something again, but get well, Rollins. Hope everything is better with him. This has just been, a little recap of 2015 and 16. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you later. Peace.